This practice is all about the arms and specifically externally rotating the upper arms, which we're gonna primarily do to create very clear alignment in the shoulders. And one thing to understand is that all the alignment we do in yoga, when we align the bones with their counterparts to engage the muscles properly, one of the most important things this is doing is deeper than structural. It is creating clear channels of energy in the body. So in traditional Chinese medicine, they call it qi. In the Ayurvedic, which is the traditional Indian medicine, it's called prana. And for our yoga practice, we call it prana. And it's called, it translates to mean life force, but it's the subtle energy that flows through your body. So today I really want us to understand that this is what we're working on in the shoulders. The shoulders for most of us we carry a lot of tension there, or they're habitually misaligned. So today is really about creating a clearing, creating opening so that the prana can flow freely. So stretch your arms straight out in front of you and up, and then lower your arms back down. And I'm gonna give Tina a little bit of room. Lower your arms down in front of you, and now take your arms off to the sides and turn your palms to face out. So the pinky side of your hand turns forward and the thumb tips turn back. Now this is external rotation in your arms. It's pretty easy to feel that. Gets a little harder to identify as we move here. So take your arms to about shoulder height and then keep spinning the pinky side of the hand up and the thumb down. And if you're like me, you start to already feel the intensity of this. Keep hugging the pinky sides in toward one another as you take your arms in the direction over your head. They might be in a more of a V shape than parallel lines like Tina's are. You're gonna take your left hand to your upper right arm. The thumb and index finger are gonna wrap around your tricep. And this is where it gets really tricky because you think external, oh, I'm gonna twist the flesh of my upper arm away from my head. And it's the opposite in the plane over your head. So you're gonna hug your tricep in, and the external rotation is turning the tricep toward the side of your face. Now use your hands to literally plug your arm bone in your shoulder socket so the armpit hollows out a little bit. That should certainly feel like a lot of work for most of us. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. And then just release the right arm, release the left arm, and we'll trace that same path again. So inhale the arms to the sides, lift them to shoulder height, really turn the pinky side up, and then take the arms over your head and give yourself the external rotation in the left arm. So hug the tricep in toward the side of your head. Give yourself, yes, which Tina just did, a little plugging in. You'll feel the armpit hollow out more. And you also might find that you can take your arm back a little bit more because you're opening this channel in the armpit and the top of the chest and obviously the shoulder and the upper arm. Take a big inhale and a full exhale. And just release your arms to your sides. And even like you can bring your fingertips to the ground or just let your arms kind of float with your palms facing forward, and you can feel how it opens up through your chest. Take a nice big breath in and a full breath out. And let's come into downward facing dog. So take a couple breaths to just get here. Pedal, wiggle, move your hips side to side, whatever you feel like you need to do. And you're really rooting your hands down, hugging them in. And we'll get a little more specific here. So work your forearms toward the midline. That gives your upper arms the support to externally rotate. So as you hug your forearms in, hug your triceps in and broaden your biceps away from one another. When you can create that alignment, you actually broaden the spine of your scapula, which is the top of your shoulder blade, and hug the bottom tip of your shoulder blade in. Good. Inhale, lift the right leg up. As you exhale, pull your knee to your chest and place the right foot toward your right thumb. Good. Go ahead and grab one of the blocks. And if you don't have a block, again, you're just gonna do the actions more intensely, like as if you imagine you had a block. Hold the block in your hands as you rise up into crescent. Now, this immediately makes crescent so much harder. Hug the pinky side of your hand in, let the thumbs broaden out, and that will pull you into this external rotation. Shoulder blades firm on the back. Keep squeezing the legs together. Lift up through the chest, lift up through the heart. Good. Take one more big breath in. Hold the block in your left hand if you're working with it. Lower the left hand down and stretch the right arm up. If you don't need a block, you might have to turn it to the lower setting. Get rid of it. If you need a little lift and you don't have a block, you're on fingertips here. Let the right thigh descend. Let the inner left thigh lift up. Now look down at your left elbow crease. It should be facing straight forward in the direction of the front of your mat. Take one more very big breath in and a big breath out. Now lower your back knee to the floor and slide the block off your mat. You don't need it right now. You're going to lower your left hand down to the ground. We're going to take a modified form of Vashisthasana. So the elbow crease is spinning toward the front wall. Now your hand, if you can, is also facing forward, but if you need to adjust it by turning your hand out, that's fine. Move your left knee in just a tiny bit closer to the front of your mat. So it's not directly underneath your left hip, but it's not quite as far back as it would be from your lunge. And you're going to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your right foot off and back to the right, and the right leg will land, yes, in line with your left foot if you can. Scoop your left buttock under. Look at your left elbow crease. Make sure it's still facing forward. That is your external rotation. It's so hard. Take the top arm over your head. Take a big breath in. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Step back to down dog. Good. Inhale and pull yourself forward to plank. And this is going to be just a suggestion of chaturanga. Bend your elbows 1 inch and hug the elbows in and straighten. Okay, with the breath, inhale here. Exhale, bend 1 inch and straighten. Last one, 1 inch. Straighten. Downward facing dog. Take a full inhale, full exhale. Lift your left leg up. Exhale the left foot forward. One more time, grab the block. We're going to do block crescent. So the block is at its longest or widest width, hugging the block with the pinky side of your hand. Try not to hold on to the block. That won't make it as active in your triceps. Squeeze in. Let's give the block a little more direction. So imagine someone was behind you. You're lifting the block up and passing it to that person behind you. Beautiful. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, hold the block with the right hand and lower the right hand down. So we're in this open lunge twist. Track what's happening in your right arm, because that's going to increasingly be more essential to us. The elbow crease is spinning forward, opening up through the sides of the waist, opening up through the chest. Take one more full breath in. Lower your back knee down, and it probably scoots in just 1 inch or 2 to make you feel more stable. Clear the block and plant the right hand. And I want it right underneath your shoulder or slightly forward of it. So you make any adjustments you need to on the right side to create that alignment. Elbow crease spinning forward toward the front of your mat. Heel toe your left foot off to the left and all the way back. So your straight left leg comes in line with your right and the inner edge of the foot is on the ground. Take a big breath in. And a full breath out. Stay with me. Stretch the top arm over your head. Inhale. You're spinning the tricep down toward your head. Exhale, left hand down. Step back to plank. Exhale, bend the elbows 1 inch. Inhale, up. Exhale, 1 inch. Inhale, up. One more time. 1 inch. And back up. Downward facing dog. Give yourself a second to kind of pedal and wiggle and whatever you feel like you need to do. Here it's very hard, again, because your hands are in the overhead, your arms are in the overhead plane. So you're hugging your forearms and you're hugging your triceps and you're allowing the upper arms to broaden out. Take one more big breath in and lift your hips high. As you exhale, step or hop your feet to your hands. Lengthen on the inhale and forward fold on the exhale. Inhale and rise all the way up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Surya A, but with a bunch of variations. Inhale and stretch the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. As you exhale, step back to plank pose. Slowly lower forward and down chaturanga. We're going to take a variation of Shalambhasana. So lower to the ground and interlace your hands behind your back. With your hands interlaced behind your back, lengthen your tailbone forward with your thumbs on your sacrum, and then lift your chest up. And you can lift your hands off your buttocks and stretch your hands back toward your heels. And with your hands clasped, it's really begging for the external rotation. It's just that your arms are behind your back, so it's a slightly different, it's a different plane, so it's a different experience. Hugging your triceps into the midline, broadening the biceps out. Take one more inhale. Exhale and lower back down. One more time. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, just lower right back down. Now place your hands for cobra. So your forearms are perpendicular with the floor. Fingers are like in line with like the center of your chest. Lift the heads of the arm bones up, and it's elbows in more is what's gonna help hug the triceps in, but I don't want you to do that action too much. Lift up into a cobra pose. Anchor your tailbone, anchor your feet. Isometrically pull your hands back so the inner armpit and the outer shoulder blade move back, which is part of what happens when we create this external rotation in the upper arm. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lower back down. Press through hands and knees to come into downward facing dog. Pedal, wiggle, whatever you need to do. You've got 2 more breaths. Bend your knees, look forward, step, step, or hop, feet to hands. Lengthen on the inhale, forward fold on the exhale. Inhale and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold in. Lengthen on the inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Plant hands, step, step, or hop back. Hopping to Chaturanga if you're doing that. Exhale down. Inhale into Shalabhasana. Clasp your hands the less comfortable way. Lift your chest up. Hug the triceps in. Exhale, lower back down. Plant your hands next to your ribs. Lift for cobra or upward facing dog, but isometrically pull the hands back. Get the inner armpit and the outer shoulder blade back. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Bottom of the next exhale, step, step, or hop, feet to hands. Lengthen and fold. Inhale and rise to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. Regular flow. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Lengthen on the inhale. Plant hands, step, step, or hop back. Lower down if you're in plank. Inhale into cobra, upward facing. Exhale back to downward facing dog. So one of the main components of this is that externally rotating your arms creates this big opening in your chest. It also creates very sound connection in the shoulder, so you can arm balance and you can do things that are weight bearing in this part of your body. Drop your knees for a moment and take a child's pose. Just let yourself settle. Give your arms a little bit of a break. We're about to go a little deeper. Shift forward, downward facing dog. Same sequence, we're gonna add on and try to do a full form of Vashisthasana, side plank. So lift the right leg up as you inhale. Exhale the right foot forward toward your right thumb tip. No block for crescent. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale the left hand down, right arm up. Take a big breath in. Look down toward your left hand, bring the palm flat, and spin the elbow crease forward. If you know this is gonna be too challenging for you, you're gonna just lower your left knee down and go back to the same variation we did earlier. If you can, spin to the outer edge of your left foot and heel toe your right foot like a little kickstand in front of your left knee, or you're stacking right foot on top of left. Is your left elbow crease forward? Look at it, answer that question. If it's not, turn it straight forward. Take your top arm over your head, take a big breath in, exhale, right hand down. Downward facing dog. So it's really essential that your elbow crease turn forward. And Tina, will you face camera so your hands are on the mat? This is elbow creases turning in. This is them turning out. She's turning her hand out slightly to give herself more mobility. I'm totally okay with that. So when she comes into Vashisthasana, the elbow crease is turning straight forward to the front of the mat. Okay, we're gonna do it on the second side, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up as you inhale. Exhale the left foot forward. No block. Inhale, stretch up for crescent, but the arms are still charged. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up. Take a nice big breath in. Make sure the right palm is flat. Look at your forearm. Spin the elbow crease forward. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot. It's a big hip stretch as you transition. Feet stack. Take your top arm over your head. Keep trying to turn the left hip forward so it's stacked right on top of the right. Take one more big breath in. Both hands to the ground as you come into plank. Downward facing dog. Take a rest. Child. Okay, so we're going to add another little element here. And I'm going to ask you to have a sense of humor about it. So if this transition's hard, so if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you'll skip from one pose to the next, and I'll hopefully make it as clear as possible as we go. Downward facing dog. So some of us find it actually easier to find the alignment in Vashisthasana from downward facing dog, which is sort of the traditional transition into this posture, than what you just did. So we're coming to the right hand and the outer edge of the right foot. So look forward, shift forward, shoulder over the wrist or just slightly behind it, feet stacked if you can. If not, you can put a kickstand. You can just step the left foot in front of the right. And to the best of your ability, you're going to bend your left knee, catch the left knee with the left hand, lift your hips super duper high as you step the left foot all the way forward. Okay, that was the part that I was talking about that was really hard. So if that didn't happen for you, come into a lunge position with the left foot forward and the right foot back, and then we're going to spin the back heel flat actually and come into Virabhadrasana 2. Give your hips a little bit of a release. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure the outer edge of your right foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Reverse warrior, left palm up, reach up and back. Keep spinning the pinky side of your hand down. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Just go back to down dog however you want, through your flow or just right back to downward facing. Beautiful. Okay, we'll try it on the second side. Again, have a sense of humor, please. Okay? Left hand, outer edge of the left foot, Vashisthasana. The main thing here is just maintaining the external rotation in the upper arm. That's all I really care about today, and we're just adding on little tests and dikshas to see how much we can hold that. Those of you who can, you're going to bend your right knee. Go ahead and grab it with the right hand. Pull it into your chest. Lift your butt up super duper high. Aim for the front of the mat. Left foot comes forward. Spin your back heel flat. We'll all meet in Virabhadrasana 2. Keep breathing deeply. For a moment, turn your palms up here. Feel how much you can externally rotate your upper arms. Can you keep the upper arms externally rotated while you turn your palms and your forearms down? And that's the little dance. And maybe you turn your arms in and out a few times to feel that. But when you consciously focus on that one part, you can see how much you internally rotate. Yeah, in even poses like warrior 2. Reverse warrior. A lot easier to keep the rotation here. Move your waist back, legs super strong. Take one more big breath in. And both hands down. Downward facing dog. Or your flow, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Take your time to flow if you wish. Lower your knees to the floor and rest either just in hands and knees or child's pose. So next is dolphin, which is down dog on the forearms. And we're going to do a variation of this. So having a block is helpful, or a strap. You can strap your upper arms, I will show you that, to help you hold this, or you can use a block. So if you're going to work with a strap, you'll create a loop in the strap that's about shoulder height. We are probably not going to use this, but I will just show you the variation, because if you don't have a block, this is a great thing to use. A necktie serves well as a strap, or a bathroom strap. A bathrobe tie will work as well. And you lay your forearms down with your palms facing up today. That's not the traditional form. If you're working with the strap, you're pushing out into the strap to allow the heart to melt. okay? That's one variation. We're gonna come up and we're gonna use the block. So block on the mat, and it's the same idea. The pinky side of the hand is hugging into the block. Now, if you don't have either one of those things, like always, you're just working the actions. So you're pressing your hands down and walk your knees back, Tina. So the knees are underneath the pelvis, the toes are tucked, and the upper arms are perpendicular to your shoulders. Yeah, so the strap is one size fits all, and that doesn't really 100% work. So like Tina just made a little adjustment where she took her elbows wider. That's good. You want your upper arms perpendicular, your forearms parallel. Hug the block and then try to press your thumb tips down toward the floor. And that's going to really create the external rotation. And if you have someone like a dog around, you can ask the dog to come over and sit on your thumbs, or a friend. And then come into dolphin. Lift your knees up and just see, like, as soon as you become weight bearing, how your arms want to internally rotate. So we're training. We're creating the strength to keep the external rotation. There's a scenario where you could kick up into a variation of pinch my asana, but it's not necessary for me right now. We've done a lot of arm work. If that's your jam and you want to go for it, great. Walk your feet back, lower your knees. Everybody take a child's pose and internally rotate the arms. So turn the palms down, or bring your arms alongside your shins with your palms facing up, which will be internal rotation with the arms in the back. Just let all of that relax. And if this is a particularly intense practice for you, it's good to know that this one action, really cultivating the external rotation, it's probably going to be a good class for you to repeat a few times. Just means the habitual daily grind is pulling your shoulders forward, so it's really helpful to create this. Come into downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward. Lengthen on the inhale, and forward fold on your exhale. Inhale and come all the way up to stand. Exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Ekapada Galavasana. So bend both your knees and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And I should really say it's just the prep for this. So if you can fold all the way forward over your legs and bring your fingertips to the floor, that is wonderful. You could also do a hovering variation, which I'm demoing. You could even use a wall. You could put your hands on the back, the seat of a chair or the back of a couch. You don't have to use blocks per se, but they can be helpful for some of us. Hug the outer left hip in and lift and widen the inner right side of the right. To transition out, push your right ankle down into your left thigh and slowly come all the way up to stand. Stand on the right foot, bend your knees, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, butt back as you fold forward. So really widening the inner thighs back and apart. Keep hugging your outer right hip in as you lift and widen the inner left thigh to the left. Press down on the left ankle to come all the way, left ankle to left thigh, right thigh to come all the way up, and then uncross your legs. Inhale and stretch the arms up. Fold forward over your legs. Lengthen on the inhale. And step back to plank. Lower all the way down onto your belly, please. Prop yourself in Sphinx for a thigh stretch. There's so many different names for this. Ekapada Bakasana, whatever. It's a thigh stretch, okay? So reach back with your right hand to grab your right foot. And maybe try, to grab from the inside of the foot. Tina's quite open, so she's spinning the fingers forward over the toes, which is great, keeping a really clear external rotation in the arm. And this, for a lot of us, feels like a pretty good shoulder stretch as well as a thigh stretch. Take a deep breath in, release the foot, switch sides, reach back, left hand, left foot. And we're gonna take a little bit more extension in the left foot. So kick your foot into your left hand. Yeah, really work the left shoulder back, but spin the left rib cage forward. And that'll open up a bigger shoulder stretch. One more full inhale. and release the left foot. So Dhanurasana, which is is bow pose on your belly. But let's try to grab from the inner ankles, which is really hard. So you do it one leg as a time is fine. So you're grabbing with your thumbs up and your pinky fingers down like you're hitchhiking. You reach your arm back behind you to grab the ankle and see if you can kick up and back. That's a lot. Use your hands to lift your legs. Keep rooting your tailbone down. Huge, huge opening in the shoulder. Some of you are going to feel it in the forearms all the way down into your fingertips. Can't do both legs at the same time. Maybe try one at a time. Take a big breath in. And lower all the way back down. Extend. Actually, keep your knees bent and just windshield wiper your legs. That'll be a nice release. Let your feet go side to side. You can keep your head facing in this direction. We're going to flip onto our back to come into Supta Hasta Padangusthasana. So just take your time, no rush. When you get onto your back, hug your right knee into your chest and stretch your left leg straight. Flex the left foot and press the top of the left thigh down. Really anchor the left thigh down. Grab behind your right thigh and stretch the leg as straight as you can. As the inner left thigh spirals down, the outer right hip lengthens forward. Bend the right knee, guide it across your body for a twist. Reach the right arm to the right. Inhale onto your back, extend the right leg, just scoot and adjust on your mat so you feel like you're in a straight line from the crown of the head to the heels. Hug the left knee in, grab behind the left thigh and extend the leg as straight as you can. And it might not go straight. Press your inner right thigh down, lengthen the outer left hip forward. Bend the knee, guide it across your body. We've talked about this, but yeah, you probably have to adjust your hips a little bit to the left as you take your leg to the right. And notice that there's a little more opening in the left shoulder. And even more subtle, when we open this part of the body, it's easier to breathe. And the breath is one of the vehicles by which your prana flows, moves in your body. Inhale onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Release your legs, release your arms for Shavasana. And just push your elbows down into the ground to lift your chest up a little bit more, and then wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your shoulders underneath you. Turn your palms up, so that the arms are resting in a more complete external rotation. And just notice where the head is positioned. For a lot of us, the chin lifts away from the chest. So lengthen the back of the skull. So even here, as we rest, we set the form, and then we just soften into it. As always, feel free to stay longer if you wish. Otherwise, if you're ready to get on with your day, take a deep breath in. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Reach your arms over your head and stretch. Slowly bend your knees. Roll to your right side. And make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Turn your palms to face up on your thighs. Take a big breath in, lift the heads of the arm bones up toward the ears, and move them back. Hug your elbows in toward the sides of the waist, and then float the palms up together in front of your heart. So we're just reinforcing all the work. Take a big breath in, lift the heart up toward your thumbs. Keep your heart lifted. Try not to let your shoulders round forward. It's a subtle bow. Just bow your chin to your chest. Namaste.